Welcome back to Dream League Season 5. We are here in the grand finals, the LAN finals, that is, live from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios, and we have just witnessed another brutal slaughter where OG took a game off of Na'Vi. And there's some weird... What's up, Dakota?
Nothing. That was OG looking pretty good. There's the consensus, I feel, is that maybe from the earlier part of the playoffs, OG were warming up a bit, still managing to kind of move past these series 2-1, but now they're looking like the OG we expect to see. Na'Vi, I mean, they pull out some fancy footwork in that game, a clever dodge from Ditira to avoid a fancy little chronosphere, but
yeah,
I don't know, how effective do you think the art style was that game?
I don't know. What I'm looking towards though is the full rotations. Like, you bring so many people in for Na'Vi. Meanwhile, OG are still just fighting with the mid Juggernaut who has high level, and then they're just farming on the back with Void, and they're still winning the fights. So it's not just, you know, was one player effective or so. It's just the decision making on when to take fights and when you're stronger. OG are excellent at seeing that so early. It's what makes them good.
We asked, or we talked about previous segment. We talked about how General is supposed to be the.
I'm getting distracted by this guy over here.
Supposed to be the tempo controller of the team, and he's only able to do that obviously if he's having a decent lane. How do you feel it went for him this game?
Well, he had a decent game, I guess. It's much better than the first game, but it's still somehow not enough. I think this game, though, was so focused on the mid lane. Like, Na'Vi very often focus on the mid lane quite a bit, but this time OG did it as well. And they played around Miracle in a very good way. It's so hard to gank this Juggernaut. They did bring him down nicely once, but it was just hard to stop his item progression.
What do you make of this game, Jake?
Phoenix, again, that's it.
Popeye.
That's it.
Feed the spinach, Popeye.
Yeah. Popeye, I like how you said that.
It was also nice to see Big Daddy play the Faceless Void. We weren't sure who was going to be picking it up, whether it be Moon or Miracle or or Big Daddy, and I keep calling him Big Daddy even though he's back to No Tail again. And he also decided to go with the Battle Fury build up, which is also something we used to see on the older Void in a core position, but not so much recently.
I was talking to Draskell about this between the games, and it's actually interesting. It kind of works only for the way they play. They create so much space, and he's just, you know, the backline security farmer. They clear the Ancients, which they stacked a ton of times for him. You know, then you can really make it worth. We were, me and Shane were laughingly saying, oh, he's basically, you know, he's Sven now. He's just farming.
Poor man Sven.
Exactly. But it works great. He just had so much net worth, though. I think many different item builds would have worked. Even an early MKB against the Windrunner could have been great, you know. I just feel they played flawlessly, and Crit was having a good time on his spirit there.
Definitely.
He had a big smile on his face the entire game, pretty much.
So one of the things that you just mentioned is to know when a team is ahead, to know when you can take fights, to be aware of your situation in the game and when you can actually act on that. And I think the first clip that we've selected is a showcase of what happens if you don't really know where you stand in the game. For Na'Vi, in this case, as we look at the fight, I think it's the first fight.
Let's take a look at where everybody's at.
Pause. This is the first fight where later on the Nova will be used. But the point is that this fight actually lasts for a very long time, and Na'Vi have every chance to get out.
Yeah, as you can see, only Wind Ranger's been caught, but she's already got Wind Run going, so can't get that target. He's going to move on to go get Mr. Chen over here and play her out for us. And nothing. I mean, he doesn't be able to catch anything. We got a pretty much whiffed.
Yeah, the Phoenix is one. If we pause it again here, this is actually where they make a very nice call. They're all running towards the right. No Tail can always jump up here as well. So even though he's sort of out of position, he can rejoin very quickly. And Ditira
way out of position
is
by
in
that
the
point.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's their strongest hero, the most amount of farm. It's very hard for him to join the fight despite the low HP on all of OG.
Oh, I can't
so
do it.
One of the bigger things as well is Na'Vi, they've already sent Dendi home and he had full health. So at this point, they still end up trying to somewhat take the fight, or at least trying to save their teammates one by one.
Yeah.
Even with the Nova going off, Didgeridoo is still
look at
making his
No-Tail.
way.
He runs up and just casually first hit bashes. That might have actually saved the Phoenix lives there, because
Why are they continuously walking into an egg?
well, they would be able to kill it. They actually would have killed it if he didn't get bashed first hit there, or in the first or second hit.
But would they have won the fight with that? I don't think so.
Probably not. They got kited. I mean, great movement there by OG. Everyone on OG was so low, though. And that might be why Na'Vi felt, oh, we can chase. But Lifesteal was out of position, and they played away from Lifesteal. That's the important thing. They just made this happen.
There was one fundamental flaw, I feel, that Na'Vi had in their draft. And normally I'm not really one to call those out because, you know, what do I know? But this was when I want your opinion on if I'm actually thinking right here. So you've got on one side, you've got a Phoenix, and obviously you've got a Lifestealer to take out the Phoenix egg.
Yeah.
So that was his goal every single time. And the next fight is a perfect showcase of that, over a Lifestealer, you know, there's a Supernova, Lifestealer's going in, he's going to kill that egg. And while he does that, his whole team gets destroyed because nobody else is doing anything basically nobody else is doing anything
Well,
at all. Let's take a look at the replay.
You have two choices, right, when the egg drops as well.
Yes.
It's either you kill the egg and take the fight, or you realize that you cannot fight under the egg.
Yes. So, okay, so walk me through this, because this is a fight where that happens.
Yeah, they
Catch
get a
a
good
chrono.
initiation. They're focusing down the Lifestealer, but then they decide to just pursue Dendy as he deals most of the damage output. They're chasing him down a little bit. And this it's a really messy fight.
He's going for the egg. In the meantime, General's running away.
Silenced up by Crit.
Everybody else is not able to do anything. The vacuum still goes out. I mean, the egg still dies.
Of course, we can't help but give props to Moon Meander on his Dark
Yeah.
Series.
True.
He found those points.
I mean,
He
this was
found that
after.
clutch.
This was a fight after Moon had already found his ultra kill, so he was really farmed and really safe.
Yeah.
And we had an example previously today where Darkseer got 200 farmed against OG and could not stand at all. But you know, this is just what Darkseer can do when he gets a little bit of farm. He runs into the center of the fight, controls everything.
But was there a drafting error, or what do you want to say?
Nothing. Well, we've been talking a lot about the Phoenix and that
Yeah.
it means that they won the game, but why does it mean that it wins the game? And I think that those two clips really prove why it did. For one, you can keep everybody at pretty low health, and it makes the entire team think that you can go and kill them, but you get those gigantic heals out of nowhere. And with such an aggressive team like Na'Vi, they're going to want to go get those kills. I mean, they got that bloodlust. And then again, you put that huge target. I mean, Na'Vi are dogs. They're going to chase that car. You put that giant egg there, they want to crack it. And then all of a sudden, you got everybody else that can just slam dunk them. So that's why Phoenix can be so strong against these aggressive teams. It makes it look like they have situations to go in, and then they can after all.
It's also just that they know what heroes they want to have when they have a Phoenix on their team. They have control heroes, right? Big disables. They have the kick from the Earth Spirit, just him rolling in, messing with everyone with the silence. You also have the Void Chronosphere. They can just control people so much, and it becomes really hard to bring down the egg. And especially if your Lifestealer gets kited out of position. I mean, OG are very heads up in the way they take team fights.
Yeah.
They will make sure that they play, even if they have low HP, they will put themselves in a better spot.
Well, if it isn't a drafting phase.
Look
And
what they've banned.
finally,
Oh, no.
Now, something nice is going to be getting through, though, and it might be Beastmaster.
I mean, Na'Vi has first pick, so they got that going
I
for
don't know
them.
if you want to hand that over, though.
Also means they didn't ban Doom, which they have been banning a lot
Doom
throughout
and
the entire
Night
tournament.
Stalker as well, a hero that they've prioritized throughout today.
I don't think OG are as eager to get the Night Stalker, though. They might play it.
No. I mean for Na'Vi.
For Na'Vi, yeah. Yeah,
Navi
definitely
will
a big target.
probably...
Navi's turn to pick.
Night Stalker's been something of a trend, but if they don't get the Doom, I imagine OG will just take that Doom for Crit. / Moon.
Yeah, Doom crit plays it really good, and Moon as well. I think with Na'Vi having banned it all the way, they might just pick it up first here.
10 seconds
And it would
remaining.
solve, you know, picking Darkseer into Doom is not so much fun, because if he
5
gets doomed,
seconds remaining.
that team fight, that you rely on having your Darkseer for the vacuum and control, suddenly it can just
Reserve
go the
time.
other way. So we'll see. This first pick is actually harder to call than the previous games, because of the way they mix up the draft now.
Yeah.
Probably the correct approach, though, trying to target the OG supports a little bit more, because Miracle is super versatile in what he can play. Moon has a ton of offlane heroes that he plays well. I mean, even bringing in the Centaur and his more unorthodox stuff. So, we'll see.
They're
We
taking
might get to
actually
see
a long time, yeah.
Fly play the Disruptor finally, too. Or
That's
again.
Yeah, it's
We've been
his
so
second
anxious
game.
to play it. Maybe he might get the chance.
Who knows?
All right, well, Na'Vi taking some real time here. I'm sure that they're going to take time on this first pick, and then they'll know exactly what they want to do. So, taking a little bit, figuring it out. Don't blame them. It's going to be different than the last two, and they're going to go with Mirana.
Wow, they're keeping it
Radiant
open then.
team pick.
Okay. 'Cause that's a hero normally not prioritized in the first 2 picks. And this gives OG a pretty big option, what they want to grab here.
In the last month for Na'Vi, General played it, as obviously yesterday.
10
Seneko
seconds
played it.
remaining.
Ditchara played it. Dandy played it.
Yep.
So
seconds
you
remaining.
really
Art
do
style,
not...
it's time.
Artstyle has not played Mirana yet. True.
Sorry, art style.
And
Wow.
I mean, in terms of opening,
Na'Vi
also a
turn to
very
pick.
fairly open opening.
Opening.
Open
Oh.
opening. Do you agree, or do you feel like they're more
Yeah,
locked
the
in?
CM pick early is kind of weird. It conceals a little bit.
Anticipating maybe an Enchantress or Chen.
Perhaps. It's good against any of those two, so for sure it kind of keeps your bases covered. But they do
5
grab up the
seconds
Doom, which is the
remaining.
bigger thing. Just now they have this extremely powerful hero that they love to use.
Reserve
The
time.
Crystal Maiden has been like Fly's number 2 this tournament,
Yeah.
obviously, if not gifted the opportunity to go for the Phoenix. And he's shown he can farm on the little lady.
Yep.
Talked about it in his interview. He's not one to, shy away from picking up camps.
I mean, he had
and
Blink
passing.
Hex in
Yeah,
one game.
That's
That's
crazy.
Just really, really insane.
And as Shiva mentioned, it can limit the hero pool a bit from the side of Na'Vi. Not maybe considering pulling out too many summon-based heroes. But then again, just a Crystal Maiden. She will give a lot to the rest of the team, maybe something they can work with, having the benefit of that Arcane Aura. And
Still gotta go
regardless
for
of
it.
Crystal Maiden or not, we're just going
Radiant
to take the
team
Enchantress. Thank you.
Wow, ballsy. I mean, you're going to pick right into a CM with Enchantress. Well, remind our audience,
Radiant
why is that a
team
bad
back.
move? Why do you not want to pick Enchantress against CM?
Because your creeps can get frozen. Sluts.
You don't have to talk to me like I'm an idiot. I'm trying to help out our lower
Alright,
MMR
oh.
people.
Yeah, I am too. I'm talking to him.
How you talk to...
He's
talking to you.
them through you.
Oh, I see. Well, let me say that in a nicer way. So CM's ability to do a lot of early game burst damage and lock
Radiant
down
team
without
pick.
getting affected by Untouchable. Also, those creeps get that long duration. She only has to use one skill. They're basically dead. So an aggressive move by Na'Vi. Why do you think they did that?
I mean, they just really love Enchantress and Chen. They play it really well. They have one of the best players on it. And it's a style that they have played throughout the entire playoffs. It's hard to just say, okay, let's do something very
Reserve
different.
time.
Yes, he has played Disruptor and he has, branched out a little bit as well. But this is just comfort zone. That's all it is.
Okay.
Tinker has not been banned in the second phase, so could be snuck up by either team here.
Yeah, they are going to get rid of that Lycan, though, but we see that so many times against Na'Vi. One of the only teams that runs it still, but when they get it, you'll be running away from them.
Yeah. Ditchara
Yeah.
really loves picking it up. It was a good joke.
Thanks,
Don't
buddy.
worry about us
Thanks,
not
buddy.
laughing.
Pick.
Tough
Got
crowd.
it.
Tough crowd.
All right,
Don't worry.
anyway. Sladar coming out.
Oh, that's no.
What?
You can't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
well, you
We've
told
already
me not.
talked about it.
It's a fancier way to say it.
No, it's not.
Really not.
Fine. You know what? You take the analysis. I'm trying to provide some real insight for people. But go ahead.
5 seconds remaining.
Slardar, why'd they pick it?
Why not?
Why not?
The
Damn this
only
panel.
thing
Hey, you got now the benefit of amp damage. You're going against Moonlight Shadow. That way it's not as easy for them to disengage if he's already dished out a couple of those.
he also has physical damage on his
Heavy
nuke.
physical
So
damage.
physical damage against Enchantress with low armor, you can burst her quite easily with that.
Yep.
Well, yes, your right clicks are going to be slow, but sometimes that's going to be fine. And this also frees up the possibility here that it's going to be crits on the Doom and Moon Meander rocking the Slardar again. But again, they could also put it on No-Tail. It is possible.
Yep.
He has quite a versatile pool, even playing the Void in the previous game.
The flexibility certainly is there for both sides.
Oh!
And-
Oh, wow. That's here we haven't seen
Okay.
Yet
land
this
or
land
much-
final.
much
Talk
at
to
all.
us about the axe, please.
So when this patch first rolled out, people figured Axe was going to be the top dog because of the blade mail change and just how much that he's going to benefit from that and be kind of a game changer here.
10
And
Then he
also
fell
the-
off a bit.
remaining.
He did fall off, and it's interesting that he did because he's
5
still
seconds
very, very
remaining.
potent. I don't think it's just because of the blade mail change though, because you can't always force the enemy to hit you. You have the call every now and then, but you're not gonna have the call blade mail combo repeatedly in a fight. That's one time, and it's not a massive change. But what I think is big and what some teams have used really well when they did play Axe as opposed to teams that kind of failed with it, is use the Ancients. Axe can clear Ancients so well.
Pure damage.
Yeah,
on
we
that.
saw
damage, baby.
we saw Winter Wyvern Axe combos. I don't think you even need to go that far. If Axe just builds up his early Vanguard and clears the Ancients, he can do it on his own. This is a triple
Navi's
melee combo
turn to pick.
Yeah.
against Axe. He can really punish that. Also, Armlet's gonna be hard to use against Axe with the Culling Blade. So Armlet toggles for Lifesteal and the Slardar. It's gonna be difficult.
But isn't Slardar's ult pretty good against Axe? I mean, he's going to call,
10
but he won't
seconds
have any of that armor anyway.
It's sort of good against everyone, though. It's just
5
the ulti is
seconds
good,
remaining.
but at the same time, I feel that Slardar, it's a matter of who gets the jump.
Reserve time.
If Slardar has a chance to jump in and initiate on Axe, of course,
10
that's going to be
seconds
beautiful.
remaining.
But if he ever calls the Lifestealer, he takes a lot of damage. Lifestealer doesn't
5
have massive
seconds
HP
remaining.
until he has tons of items. He has a lot of armor, yes, but pure damage.
Oh boy, we pumping, boys.
Radiant
Well,
That's an
there's the
actual-
extra armor you wanted as well.
Yeah, there you go. That's the
Are they going to
Dazzle
creep
Axe.
in like? Oh, I don't know who is it. Who's going to play the axe? Is it? I don't know who's playing this axe.
I'm thinking
first?
general.
I'm theory crafting because I saw that and I
10
like, oh, what if they like
seconds
try
I
to pull out that Huskar again as
No,
a fifth pick?
no, not against
They
this.
have a dazzle.
Not like this, dude. Not against the Doom and Lifestealer and
They've done it
Slardar.
before. Oh my god! They've done it
Huskar gets
before.
banned.
Wow.
What? Oh
That
my
was
God.
the strangest ban ever. They could have
No,
just
they're
let
actually
that go
respecting
and
the
then
grave
win.
there. I guess
That's
All right.
funny.
that is actually really funny. But they're just respecting the grave Huskar. It is hard to bring down for sure.
10
But
seconds
I think they had
remaining.
tools to deal with it more than enough.
Navi's
They just know that
turn to
Na'Vi
pick.
don't care about what we have. They want to do what they want.
Pretty good ban there. Get rid of the TA. She
Yeah.
has been played by OG twice before now, and they do play it really well. With the Slardar combo, it's just so strong.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
Na'Vi, without seeing
I
his fifth
think-
pick, it's hard to determine who's really taking what where.
I think they should have
Oh,
offlane. Okay.
2 debuts in
They're
one
smiling.
lineup.
They're like, okay, I guess we're doing it. Well, that should be an offlane Axe and
Ember? Can they get up an Ember
Ditchera,
here?
Terrorblade,
Or Zeus, maybe?
General Axe,
Yeah.
Dendi Mirana.
But I think you want to play. You don't want to just have a solo offlane Axe. You want to have
10
help for him for sure.
seconds
I
You're-
guess it's gonna be Enchantress just roaming up
Yes,
there.
I would
so
say so.
Dendi definitely on the Mirana and yeah.
Seconds remaining.
So what do you get to handle the, I throw out the casual suggestions of like a Zeus, Ember Spirit, any way to deal with the Mighty
Timbersaw
Terrorblade.
is still there.
Timbersaw is still there.
If
but-
he wants to go for that, I mean, what do we really have? They have 1 stun. Timbersaw is pretty good against that. They have 2 stuns if you count the arrow, but it's not always reliable.
Oh,
They, yeah.
I may have heard a potential idea of what they may be going for.
Yeah.
The
Sitting
Zeus
next to
suggestion.
Sitting across from us as they argue about their last
I
hero
mean, they have
pick.
last say in the matter, so at this point, it really.
We're gonna
doesn't
take
I think
it
matter.
from-
Miracle has last say in the Maris. Like, what do you want to play? You know? What are you going to go for?
I mean, it's terribly good. Be real with me. Drop it like it's hot, dude. Terribly good.
He's not
How do you build Terrorblade nowadays?
He's not awful. He has a ton of armor, so against Slardar and Lifestealer with the physical damage, he can actually deal with that.
Oh, the one with the
Okay.
timber.
It is the
Okay,
timber.
Well, goodbye.
Yeah, nice call. All right, great.
Okay,
Not
gentlemen.
fun to play Terrorblade against that,
Terrorblade
though.
against Timber.
And Axe too. They have a lot of strength.
Let us hear it. Is this going to be the last game of DreamLeague Season 5?
Oh.
Will this
Na'Vi
be-
is going full crazy for sure, but I can't go with them unless I feel they're probably going to burn.
I'm gonna go with OG on this one, though. If Na'Vi win, it'll be a very entertaining game.
Definitely. Could be any way.
I ain't jumping ship now. Na'Vi for the series, bro.
I mean,
this
come
is
on,
it.
Navi. We have had full series, the whole event. We do not want to end on a 3-0. So you take this game and make sure that we are not yet having the last game of DreamLeague Season 5. I don't know why you're moving back, camera. I'm not yet talking. Come. Thank you.
Wow, such control.
Jeez.
Okay, so now for potentially our last game of DreamLeague Season 5, let me hand it over to our commentators. It is time